Good morning, day 2 of South by. It's 9:30. First session starts like right now. I forgot what I'm going to have a look at, but let's find out.
And I read a recent interview with him in which he said, it's the problem of psychological time. It's the human problem. What is time? We don't know. Kind of opposite to that, Charles Darwin also believed in a forward arrow of time, but an arrow of biological progress, where everything was evolving. And religious people and philosophers and even many scientists jumped on that bandwagon thinking things wouldn't come to an end at some point. Of course, the arrow may be pointing to cosmic heat death, but whatever.
Okay, I do not know what that was about. I think I just wasted like 1 hour. I'm gonna go to the Hilton. Something about life after getting funding is pretty nerdy and probably not interesting to anyone. Might give you a few minutes of it.
Most companies don't make it. Most companies fail. Entrepreneurs have to go through several iterations. Entrepreneurs have to go through several companies maybe before they hit one. So most companies don't actually make it. A lot of these guys have talked about, especially Jamie talked about the competitiveness of classes and like people getting motivating each other. So what happens? Do you still keep in touch with some of the founders who have not made it?
I'm still friends with a few of the Deadwood companies, but most of them don't announce their failure. They just fall off and die.
I keep like falling asleep for a few seconds every now and again. Next event is about grid design on the web, so that's again uber nerdy. Let's see if you can take anything from there.
That is really echoey. It's a huge, intimidating room. Thank you all for coming to my talk about lining things up, or a design. A grid is essentially a design. It's a human intention expressed as a design. It's a sense of order. So if you look at the beautiful mathematics in fractals and really start to see that there is some kind of crazy order hidden inside this mathematics, and you can really start to build great foundations for design on top of that.
Okay, that was more like the designer thing to look at. It was pretty interesting if that's like your type of work. Next was probably the keynote or a movie, not sure about that yet, because only thing happening in all the ballrooms is keynote. No idea.
Of course, Being Elmo. It's like, who's more famous than Elmo? Like, this is pretty much the biggest day in South by Southwest history. We're so happy to have this film here. It's an amazing film. I mean, if you're not crying on the way out, we'll have Kleenexes right here by the door.
I didn't know that this was going to happen without.
It's all about Elmo. Yes, mister, what's the question?
So the question is, how have you dealt with this enormous fame and stayed so down to earth?
How has Elmo dealt with the stardom and still stay so down to earth? You need to come and live at Sesame Street. You would understand. Elmo's not a star. Elmo just has a lot of friends around the world. That he loves them and they love him. That's about the size of it. Who are you? Never mind.
Yes.
I was wondering if I could ask if I could do something that I'll never get another chance to do. Can I actually tickle Elmo?
Yes, you can tickle Elmo.
Was like super cute, and now I'm too late for the next thing that I'm going to, just because I don't have anything else to do. I really want to go there, but I don't want to sit around for 2 hours. Okay, I'm probably not going to stand in line for something I don't even want to see. Started like 15-20 minutes ago and still long line in front of the door. Next thing I want to see is at 5 o'clock Adam Savage, is it? One of the guys from Mythbusters, gonna give an interview. So what I'm going to do in the next 2 hours, there is something called the ScreenBurn Arcade. Might just walk through there for a while. something is ever nerdy. Wow, I'm so not in the video game segments.
Here Goes Nothing is a song I wrote less than 24 hours ago, and I hope you like it. If the new celebrity looks anything like Charlie Sheen, I guess I'll start getting high on speed and make my living off of tweets to the attention fan of fleas. Give them what they want, not what they need. As long as they keep liking me, I'll stay on High Street for weeks.
Alright, cool. Welcome to the Egosystem. I mean it in the most positive terms. How many of you in this room are on Twitter? Alright, we're all part of the Egosystem. How many people have seen the Tron guy? This dude's famous. Or making a silly video in a Tron suit that he made. He's worth a lot of dough. How many people in this room are tweeting right this second? Wow. Everybody. So not only is this the Egosystem, but each and every one of you are your own media networks.
Sadly, Savage cancelled a few days ago, so instead they brought up some marketing dickheads, basically. Douchebags, basically. I just sat there anyways because I had nothing else to do. Now I'm heading over to a movie about like venture capital. Again, uber geeky. I kind of changed my mind, which was kind of a bad idea. Now I'm going to see the Inkeepers, which is like, I don't know, some horror movie maybe, at the Paramount Cinema, which holds about 1,200 people. Same as for Source Code yesterday. The line is about 3 blocks. So if I make it in there, I kind of want to see Super after that, which is about superheroes. And if I would have stayed at the other place, I would not have made that. But now I wasted an hour just driving around, making up my mind. I can't even see the end of the line from here.
Welcome to night 2 of South by Southwest 2011 at the historic Paramount Theater. Really excited to have this film here. I've been waiting for this night for a very long time.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you. We won't keep it for long because we're going to have a Q&A after the show. And so, but I just want to say thank all of you guys so much for coming. This is awesome. And I want to give a quick shout out to my stars, Rainn Wilson and Ellen Page, who came in. If you guys don't know, we made this movie for a very low budget. They did this movie for scale because it was a project they believed in. Super is not a movie for everybody. It's a movie for the oddball, the rebels, the outcast, the geek, and that's what we made this movie for. And I'm glad to be here tonight at South by Southwest, the greatest festival in the world, and I mean that completely. Without further ado, I'd like to bring out Mr. Rainn Wilson, Frank Darbo, the Crimson Gold. And the magnificent Ellen Page, his legend.
Every person has a camera in this audience. Look at that.
It is really amazing.
It's like a sieve. Except this guy, except this loser. Just miming a camera. Idiot.
I'm going to repeat the questions for so the whole house can hear it. First of all, he said it was a super film. And he wanted to know from everybody if they had a superpower, if they were a superhero and could pick their power, what would they be, starting with Ellen?
I would love to be able to tolerate gluten.
Okay, I'm gonna be a dick. My superpower would be the ability to tell the truth, and that is a stupid fucking question. I get asked that question all the time, and it drives me crazy.
The first scene we shot with Ellen in the movie was the scene where she runs into my brother and chops off his legs and jumps out of the car in her brawl, yelling at those guys. It was 14 degrees outside, and it was like, oh my God, is she going to be able to do this? And it was like such a relief. She just went all the way. I'm so grateful.
They were like, we shot it in Shreveport, Louisiana, and and they were like, you gotta come down and shoot Shreveport. It's awesome. It's great down here. Got crews. It's fantastic. It's great. It never gets colder than 50 degrees. Never. And it's like we showed up and it never got above 22 degrees. For weeks. It was in spandex running around in 17 fucking degree weather. And I think young Frank is here, the guy who gets urinated on. Is that right? Are you here somewhere? There he is. Come on.
Hey, get up here, kid. How you doing, buddy?
Come on, buddy.
Grant, did you have fun watching the movie?
Oh, yeah.
Was this the dirtiest movie you ever saw?
Step Brothers was a little...
Okay, granted it's only day 2, but Super is like the most epic thing I've seen so far. I thought it would be like a low profile thing. It was kind of, they didn't invest too much money, but it had like Ellen Page and who else? Liv Tyler and a bunch of big names in there. Nathan Fillion was in there, had a kind of a tiny cameo, mostly. They're gonna steal an hour from us tonight, so I'm gonna head over to the bus stop now and I'm gonna see more tomorrow. It was a very nerdy day today, a very long day today, and there are about 10 more of those ahead. So up for day 3 tomorrow. See ya. Bye bye.